Welcome to Xbox Uncut, episode 279. We're back for another week of news, discussion, just off topic bullshit. This week I have the wonderful Steph. Welcome to the show, Steph.
What up, what up?
We also have Will. Welcome to the show, Will.
Hello, hello.
And possibly Eric. I talked to the man, said he'd be down to do the show, so we'll find out. I'm excited.
That's a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's good. Gotta have something. Gotta have something.
Keep the audience in suspense.
Yeah. Let's see. Now there was I didn't even think about this. I should pull up a tweet that was sent to us for a specific idea on expanding the show a little bit. And we had Infinity Line, right? Well, hit us up on
Infinity
Twitter.
Line.
Yeah. It said, Xbox Uncut, let's try something new. Let's do Anime Corner every other week, so more episodes can be watched between. And add a DC character versus Marvel character corner. Dustin DC and Will Marvel. Where one takes one, or no, where each one talks about only one character and their best story, comic, etc. I don't want to be limited to just DC. I mean, I love DC, and I know Will likes Marvel a lot. I don't want to put words in your mouth, sir, but I think we're fans of both universes.
Yeah, I mean, I of course, I swayed more towards Marvel, but I do like DC quite a bit. I've always kind of been almost equal. Like not equal, but like I'm more familiar with Marvel, but DC I've always loved a lot too for like the different things like Batman, Teen Titans, and Superman, all that stuff. So, although I think you lean a little bit more DC, right?
Yeah.
So
but then
that's cool.
I grew up like X-Men is my shit. I love X-Men.
Yeah.
Of course, the Daredevil Netflix show was amazing. I went to a costume party this last week, and
Oh yeah,
I dressed up as Wilson Fisk. That was fun.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably my favorite, and I know this is going to be. He's my favorite villain that's been portrayed live action.
Yeah.
It's up there with the Joker for me. I'm going to be honest. It is. Heath Ledger's come at me. Send me emails.
Wait. Up there with the Joker, Heath Ledger from the movie?
Uh-huh. I think his performance is fucking outstanding.
I don't know if it's that good.
It's that good. It is that good. I'm willing to debate this with anybody.
I don't know. That's not very many villains in anything that's that good. I mean, if the Joker is like your tier 1 villain, then maybe he's like tier 2 or in between 1 and 2. I don't think he's not that. I don't think there's anything. There's nothing on the level of the Joker. I don't think. I'm sorry. Nothing.
Well, I mean, it's easy to be wrong, but we're gonna keep on moving on this.
Will, your opinion, real quick, sir?
Well, between Joker and Fisk,
is it close?
Better. I'm just saying. It's almost
well, the thing is, they're so different. Like it's like, I mean, Joker's awesome, but he had like one movie, and Fisk has like a whole series, so it's almost uneven that way, But I like both equally. I mean, I can't say one is better than the other.
That's where I'm fitting. That's where I'm at. I think they're both amazing.
Yeah, I mean, for Joker is pretty good. I mean, maybe if we got another Joker, if maybe he unfortunately didn't pass away, and we got like another Joker movie, it'll be a little easier. But made the awesome performance though. So
I'm not like saying Heath Ledger's Joker's overrated or something. Like that's not my point.
Yeah.
I just think Wilson Fisk was fucking portrayed at such an amazing. Like I'll put it this way. Daredevil should have been called Wilson Fisk because he's the star of that show.
Yeah.
Him and the Punisher. I mean, they killed it. They took that show away from the main character.
Yeah, definitely.
Personally, it's me. But before stop arguing all this Marvel crap. Nobody cares about Marvel. It's not like there's a giant movie business about it or something. Nobody cares about these characters. It's not about DC, Superman. But yeah, so yeah, this is a good idea. Like to probably do. I'm trying to think of how to really do it. Is I haven't read like a lot of comics in a while. I mean, I know there's some story arcs I like, but we'll cover some of it. Like I know you prepped Will. What is your Marvel character?
Well, I don't know if I want to spoil it, but I
Or I
won't
was just
say
gonna
it.
knock it out because right now, like we just
All
push
right.
do this right off the bat with
All right.
the Steph is I know on the phone as of right
No,
now.
I'm good.
Oh, you're good.
I'm
So Howard the Duck. How do you feel about Howard the Duck, Steph?
Howard the Duck.
I heard that's what the rumor was is that your character that you were going to talk about is Howard the Duck.
He's very strong. He feels very strongly about Howard the Duck, so I'm curious
Yeah.
about what he has to say.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good on ducks.
I mean, do you think is he is part of the Marvel MCU, right? So
I like my ducks oven roasted.
Do you think he's going to be in the next Avengers?
I think he will be. You remember the first Avengers
Uh huh.
when they were at that restaurant and they had like the sandwich in the second after scene credit. Yeah, that was the duck sandwich. That's what that was eating.
Yeah.
Duck.
Wow, it's pretty brutal.
You ain't seen that Dave Chappelle stand up? It's not chicken grease. This is duck grease.
Oh yeah, I saw it. That shit's hilarious. He's like, I got is because he was like, man, I was wearing I think it's like a $24,000 suit. My kid comes running at me with all this chicken grease on his face. I was like, hey, stop. It's like can't get chicken grease on my suit. And he was like, Dad, this is duck.
It's duck grease.
Oh man, I guess I'd have to see it for the contest or something.
Yeah, you gotta. It's good, man.
It's his special.
watch that
That's a great special.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear good things about it. I'm gonna check it out one day. But yeah, my character was Nova from Marvel. He's a cool character. I mean, I don't know if are we doing the segment now or are you
No, yeah, we're doing it now. Go for
it. Yeah, so my favorite, one of my favorite characters is Nova. He's a cosmic character. Although when he was first introduced, he was more like almost like a Spider-Man-ish kind of character. He was more down to earth because when he got his powers, he was kind of young. So he's almost like a mix of Green Lantern and like very Green Lantern-ish because he got his powers from like another Nova Centurion, and he became the main Nova character for a good couple years, and then as a more recent, there's another Nova called Sam Alexander that kind of I don't want to say took his place, but he kind of he's almost like the Kyle Rayner to Hal Jordan. They kind of did it that way. So he used like a young version of Nova, and maybe the movies might use that version or like a mix of both of them. But I would say like his best story is Annihilation, which was an awesome cosmic story. We had to like defeat Annihilus and a whole bunch of other huge threats. Thanos is in that one too, so it's a really cool story. But yeah, that was my Marvel character for this episode. So definitely check out Annihilation, which is I think is collected in either a series of books or just one big omnibus. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't checked, but yeah, that was an awesome story. I think it's up there with like Infinity Gauntlet and all the other cosmic stories because it's so like it's not like a crazy. I mean, it is a crazy cosmic war, but it's not like so abstract like the Infinity War or because the Infinity War is in comics as well. But it's not the same as the movie. It's like it's a sequel to Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gauntlet's more like crazy space, like I don't know. He's fighting like abstracts like death and eternity and stuff
way
like that.
more vast than people would realize. Like if you only know Infinity War and all of the Thanos space shit just from the movies, and you're really missing out on a lot of stuff. So, but
Yeah.
you have any more on Nova?
Can't think of any other. I mean, he has a good run after
Who's
Annihilation.
his main villain? Let's just say who's this?
Well, in the Annihilation, it's Annihilus. He's a Fantastic Four villain, but in the comics, he wrecks the Nova Corps, and he becomes pretty much his like main villain. But it's a bunch of different villains. Like he has some small time ones, like I think it's Diamond Head or something like that. Another one is the Sphinx. Well, I mean, his rogues gallery isn't like awesome, but he has because he gets around a lot, so he has a lot of different villains. But he does have his own book after Annihilation, which is really good too. And it kind of goes in between events like Annihilation Conquest, which is a sequel to Annihilation. I mean, not quite as good, but it's still good. With it, like it's basically him and the Guardians versus the Phalanx, which is like a techno organic like race of aliens or whatever. It's the same. I think the same race as I think it was a Warlock from New Mutants. I
Yeah,
don't know if it's Warlock or it's his other name. I think it might be Warlock.
I've never seen New Mutants, so I don't really know.
Yeah, he's like this big, crazy little techno-organic being. He's like an alien. He could change shape and stuff. If you look up Warlock New Mutants, I think you'll see how he
Yeah,
looks.
yeah, I'm looking at Nova right now. So he has his own. Oh, he has a movie coming out apparently.
I don't know. That's what I'm hoping that they make a movie because, like, since they lost Spider-Man,
Is this real? It says Marvel Nova teaser trailer. Phase 4.
no, it's probably no. It's definitely not because I didn't see any other news. It might be like a made up trailer or whatever.
That's some fake shit, bro.
But I mean, because what I'm waiting for is for Marvel to actually announce like something Nova related. Because if you guys recall, like the Nova Corps was in Guardians of the Galaxy, and they're actually a big
The
plot point in
first
the
one or the
first one.
second one?
Well, the first one. And in Infinity War, Thanos destroys Xandar, I think, or he takes the gem from them. So it's going to be interesting to see how they actually deal with the Nova Corps and their powers, and how they're going to like reset them and make them another new version of them. So I've been waiting for Marvel to actually announce like a movie of the character because I feel like he kind of got a little shafted because after they got Spider-Man with Sony, I don't think they really wanted to do anything with him yet. So now it's a perfect chance because since Spider-Man, since Sony took Spider-Man back, he's kind of like the next best thing. I don't want to say replacement because they're completely different characters, but you kind of have a good parallel there because they're both kind of similar in that they're like human perspectives on like bigger stories. So just pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would definitely recommend Annihilation and the Nova series, and hopefully Marvel actually brings out a movie. And hopefully it's Richard Rider,
Who do
not
you want to play
Sarah Luna.
the character? Who you think could play him in live action?
I haven't thought about that. So many possible people. I mean, I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, maybe the only one that comes to mind right now is maybe this guy from High School Musical, Zac Efron.
Zac Efron. I don't know Zac
Yeah,
Efron.
I mean maybe because he's pretty buff and like he has a pretty I mean he's a likable fellow, so he
He
has a
don't really
good
have any
backing.
distinct features.
No, I mean Richard Rider,
Cause
that
I don't.
distinctive.
Yeah, I'm looking at his pictures and he's got his helmet on and all of them. So
Yeah. So I mean, I think he would be a good maybe Nova or something, or I can't think of anybody else right now. But I guess next time I'll definitely get back to you on that one.
all right, fine.
I
Well,
don't know if you want to go next, Steph or Dustin.
I'm not sure if Dustin's here right now, but I'm not really a Marvel guy, so I don't really have a whole lot to say about any like characters that people don't know much about. I'm more of a DC comic guy.
Okay.
But I did watch Spider-Man: Far From Home finally
Oh,
over the weekend. Have you seen it?
yeah. No, I was hoping to be available for rent, but I think it's only available for purchase digitally. So I'm just waiting for that to hit the rental so I
Oh,
can
okay.
finally
Well,
check it out.
I'll just say as far as I really don't know how Sony could let this pass. They're going to lose all those characters,
Yeah.
like the guy who plays Spider-Man and then the Mary Jane. I don't know how they just give that up.
Yeah, that's a weird deal. I don't think neither of them can use those characters or something like that. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be so weird to see what they do with the next Spider-Man. They might like soft reboot it or something.
I mean, they have to,
Yeah.
and it'll be like I remember when they rebooted. They rebooted for this one, and I didn't really want them to reboot it.
Yeah.
Be-
This was like the
it
third time.
yeah. But I didn't really want them to switch because I didn't think Andrew Garfield was horrible. I just think the last movie just wasn't good. Like the first, the Amazing Spider-Man was a pretty good movie. The second one
Mhm.
was just like three movies in one. I felt like they did too much. Like if they would have
Yeah.
simplified the movie a little bit, and how'd you feel about the Electro? I didn't think he was that good of a villain. I mean, he's a good villain in the comics, but like I don't know, it was just weird.
Oh,
People
which
love
villain?
Jamie. Jamie
Oh,
Foxx's
Electro.
villain, yeah, Electro, yeah. I just didn't
Uh,
think that. I didn't really like it.
it was.
It was
I'll
weird, man.
say, yeah, it was
He was
an
way more nerdy
interesting.
than he is in the comics, man. He was way more awkward and nerdy than he is in the comics.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like that in the comics. I think he's more like of a like blue collar guy. He's like because the character of Electro, he's just, I think he worked on like power lines and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I mean, I think it just different.
Yeah,
I
I
think
guess
it
they try
depends
to,
on
yeah,
who writes it,
right.
like their interpretation of the character. So it may have been done both ways.
Yeah, I guess they try to add him, give him more depth, and make him a little bit
That
smarter.
shit was trash. I'm real.
But it's
But anyway, like I know we kind of ran this to death before, like how Sony and all that stuff, whatever. But I just watching it, I'm like, damn, like if this is the last one, like I don't want to spoil anything because you haven't seen it, man. Because there's no Tony Stark in it, but it's a big part of the movie. Like
mm,
how I mean, obviously spoilers for Endgame. There's no more. All the original Avengers are gone
yeah.
mostly. So I mean, he's basically like the next you know the next guy. So it just really blows their. I don't really know how they even continue basically like the next phase of Marvel movies without him. That's the way I should say it because
Well,
if he's not in the movie, like he's
yeah.
literally like the guy.
But in the comics, War Machine takes over for Tony in the suit. So I'm a little disappointed they didn't go that route. I mean, I know because Don Cheadle probably, I guess his thing is over too, his
Contract.
contract. So maybe he just doesn't want to do anymore.
Well, he wasn't in that movie. I'll just say that.
Yeah, but like I mean, I feel like they should kind of transition that over because he wants to like take up the legacy. Because like I don't think War Machine got a whole lot of. I mean, he has some good moments throughout the Iron Man series and like the
Yeah,
Avengers
I
movies,
mean
but he
he's
was
good.
never really given a lot of
Memorable.
depth. Yeah,
They changed his character like it wasn't nothing. They recast him like it was nothing.
yeah, it gets weird when you go back and see Terrence Howard. You're like, huh?
Like that's that
Because so
motherfucker that be rapping and stuff. That's on Empire.
yeah, because
That's
you so used to
goddamn.
seeing because you used to seeing Don Cheadle now as Machine, so it's like at first it was weird when you first saw it. I was like, I don't know, man. But then like after a while, you just used to him by now, so it's like I kind of wanted to see them do more with him because he's he's a more I feel like they kind of didn't give him more stuff to do with Tony because maybe he was in
So many
3,
characters, bro. I mean, just be
but
honest. There's so many
yeah,
characters.
yeah. I mean, he was in 3 a decent amount, but I don't know. I feel like they need to do more with him. At least keep him as an Avenger, in place of
I
Iron
feel
Man.
like Falcon had more shine in all the
Oh yeah,
Avengers
definitely.
movies. Yeah,
Yeah, and he's not
oh,
even that powerful. He's just kind of like a wingsuit dude. A lot of people, my coworkers, will
this
make fun
guy
of
is
him.
he's like more of a finesse kind of guy. Like it, you know,
Yeah,
if you look at how he fights, I mean, he has to like use his body more than you would realize.
but it would be cool if he fought Vulture. That'd be an awesome match.
Yeah, it would be an awesome match.
You got a like Flight versus Flight.
Vulture
So.
would kick his ass too.
I don't know. He has some good weapons now. He has like the Falcon.
Oh, he's got the shield now too. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean he could upgrade his tech with shield and all that stuff, but
I forgot
yeah,
that he had that shield.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they did like a Sinister Six versus like the Avengers. But you know, unfortunately, that's just not gonna happen anymore.
No.
Imagine
Now,
that, like Craven, Vulture, Electro.
yeah. Well, without spoiling anything in Spider-Man or whatever, I mean, what you're wanting from, War Machine, that's basically what they're trying to put on Spider-Man. And not to say that it happens or it doesn't happen, because that's not even really clear in the movie. Like, if he even accepts that role or not. But the way they're going with it, I feel like, wow, like, it was wide open for an opportunity for them to like take a big step, and it's just kind of disappointing that it's not going to go that way.
Yeah, I heard about what they did. I mean, so that's a real bummer. I mean, I don't know why they would do that and then just kind of pull out. It's not really fair to do to the fans, you know.
Hey, all I say is boycott that next movie. Boycott it.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because if it's good, then like you're just boycotting a good movie.
Hey, it's people out there that still ain't watching NFL. For real, it is. Still from like 20 fucking 16 or whatever.
Oh, because of the what do you call it?
Neil and shit. All that shit.
Right.
Yeah, man. There's people still ain't watching NFL.
Colin Kaepernick, yeah.
I'm over here on Sunday. I'm hyped, bro. Like, damn, y'all still ain't watching that shit.
Yeah, it's those type of protest type of thing that really don't.
Hey, that shit
much.
Nerd Scare. You seen them out there, Area 51?
The Naruto run stuff that always makes me laugh, man.
Yeah.
Naruto runs. He was like running in the background.
Yeah, I seen that shit. They all went to jail too, apparently, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Can't stop all of us. Apparently, they did.
They all did go to jail for real.
Yeah, they did. Anybody that broke
even the hot chick.
Yeah, anybody that broke in, they arrested.
Well, no, I'm talking about the people that were like outside of it. Like,
yeah, I thought they were just.
You can't go to jail for just standing outside at the. If you're
no, so 150 people actually like went across the lines or
yeah, people were like walking across the line and shit, and they got arrested.
Oh, so there was more than 150 people there then.
No, it was only like I think they arrested like 20 people.
Oh no! I seen the thing that said 150 people were arrested.
Oh, I mean, they might have crossed the line then, yeah, or they were blocking roads, something like that.
I was gonna say how they had that much personnel to arrest all those people.
It's a giant military base. They had plenty of personnel. And then people have been saying they were going to do it for the last like fucking month. The government's
going to be like, where they were like, "That's what you see the clip where they were like, clap them alien booty cheeks or whatever they were saying." I was like, "What the hell? y'all want to go to jail for a meme? For real?" Now, when you go to apply for a job and they say, "Have you ever been arrested for whatever?" and it says it gives you the box. Yeah, it gives you the box to explain. I felt you dumbass. Kids gonna put that there. Put that there. Naruto runner. Area 51.
Hey, you might get the job for something so cool, you know. That might put you over the top, you know, because
you're fucking job they get with that shit is fucking what's that? The shop in the mall where they have the Magic the Gathering in the back. That's the only job you get with that
shit. FYE or some shit. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
All right.
So you can do yours, Dustin.
I'll hit up mine real quick. I don't have an exact story arc for it because he doesn't like. This is more of a villain, and I just love this villain. To be honest, is Lobo, the main man. I think he is one of the coolest characters in DC Comics. He's been banned from both heaven and hell.
I thought we were just doing Marvel. Is it either or?
No, it's either
or.
Yeah,
either or. Yeah.
Oh, why didn't you say that, Will? When I did my whole spiel about how.
Oh, we got to save it for next week.
Yeah. But Lobo's been banned from both heaven and hell. He's always a man of his word. Like the man will never, like he does not lie. Like he will, if he says he's gonna do something, and you got enough money to do it or to pay him to do it, he'll do it for sure. He he's beaten the shit out of pretty much everybody in DC Comics.
Yeah.
He's flipped off God. Pretty much told him to go fuck himself, and then God banned him from both heaven and hell.
Yeah.
He
I love
can.
Lobo.
He's once died, and he died. All like he was vaporized. Even the blood was gone. Everything was gone, and his soul took over. I believe a frog, and then the frog mutated back into Lobo, and he got his body back.
So weird.
He is impossible to kill. He is impossible to beat. I mean, he is a god tier character in DC, but think Deadpool, but multiply his power by like 1,000,000.
Yeah.
He's always sarcastic. He's a funny dude. Has an awesome motorcycle. He has super speed. You know, he can punch planets. He can pretty much do anything Superman can do.
Did he get an upgrade like that?
Yeah, like he fights Superman at the same speed. He's fought the Flash and kept up. Like he is stupid in every regard.
Oh, it's weird.
Yeah, he's just a dumb character. But he's more comic relief. Bad. He's not Lobo. I wouldn't say he's really a bad guy, but he is at the same time. He is the Deadpool of DC for sure. Like he's just like, hey, you could pay me, I'll go. Like one of the story arcs, they sent Deathstroke to kill him. Because why wouldn't you? Then of course, Lobo beats the shit out of Deathstroke and everybody else in his way. Like he's really cool.
I'm glad that happened because I kind of like dislike Deathstroke a little bit because I feel like they always put him over the top a lot. So I'm glad that he got his ass beat.
Well, Lobo is actually more powerful than Superman.
Yeah.
So Deathstroke is not going to have anything on Lobo.
Yeah. Although notable,
and we all know that Superman's a broken character anyway.
Yeah.
True.
But Lobo's just Lobo. I just love his character. I think he looks cool. His design is. He has a motorcycle. Like he's just an awesome character. One time he just like to fuck with somebody. He did a bunch of droplets of blood, and then they all regrew as full bodies of himself.
Yeah, that was weird.
And he created an army of Lobos.
Yeah, it's comics fee. I mean, he also I think his best, most notable, I guess,
it'd be arcs
appearances.
I would say, more than
I would say
I don't.
Yeah.
Do you know if they ever made a line of comics for Lobo?
I know there was the Simon Bisley run or Bisley. I forgot. I don't know how you say his name. But yeah, the Simon Bisley run is probably the most well known of the Lobo runs.
Yeah.
He writes and draws them, I think, right? Oh no, Keith Giffen I think writes it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Keith Giffen and Simon Bisley. I keep forgetting how to say it, but yeah. So there was that run, and then and Superman the animated series, he was fucking awesome in that.
Yeah.
Yes,
he shows up in Blackest Night. He shows up in a lot. He's all over the place. Like he's kind of like the Deathstroke of the upper echelon characters, just to give some kind of comic relief to it.
Yeah, the only thing I don't know is like what their recent standing is of him, because I know they kept changing how he looks and.
So this is what happened. DC tried to reboot Lobo with New 52, and people fucking hated it.
Hello?
Hey Eric, one sec. Explaining the history of Lobo. So they tried to reboot Lobo in New 52. People hated it. So they just wrote that Lobo was in hell the whole time, and that he found out somebody was impersonating him, and then he went and killed that Lobo. So the real Lobo's back.
That's funny.
Because why wouldn't you do that?
But he shouldn't have been called Lobo.
Yeah. Because I mean, he just wasn't Lobo. Like, he looked too hipstery, you know? It was like, man, we're going to completely redesign Lobo, and like, nobody wants that.
It's too clean cut.
I'm not that familiar with this character, and I'm looking at pictures of him, and Yeah, this new 52 shit look kind of gay, bro.
It does. It does look
Or
good.
not? I won't say gay.
It
He
doesn't.
looks.
No, but it completely goes against what that character looks like. Like
He looks like
if you could tell me he's an
metrosexual.
Atlantean, you know what I'm saying? Like you could be like,
Yeah, he
he's
look
from
like an Atlantean.
You know, it's just like, it does. That's not Lobo. Like this ain't
Yeah.
like a biker dude that like doesn't. He's not the main man, you know.
Yeah.
Like Lobo's this like Lobo. Okay, so Lobo killed his own race because he was just he hate, you know, he was like, fuck it, they're all gonna die.
He killed
he killed every single person of his own race.
What race is he?
Zarnian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just did it. He was like, fuck it. And we're talking about a race that can almost instantly heal from anything. He didn't like that anybody else could do it, so he killed them all. He killed his mother.
Even the kids?
Yeah,
Especially.
he killed everybody. Everyone.
Yeah.
Like, there are none left. He just went through and wiped them out with he killed 5 billion of them.
Damn.
Yeah, and his backstory is always stupid. What else did he do? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Because they've done a bunch of different versions of him.
Yeah, I'm just saying that now.
I mean, he was also
choke out Superman. Like he choked out.
He's stronger than Superman.
So who was his main? Who does he antagonize?
He antagonizes Superman a lot, just because he can push Superman around. He antagonizes the whole Green Lantern Corps. Like, just kind of any of the bigger, more like OP characters, he's just designed to fuck with. Like, it's an
Who's
easy
his
person
counterpart?
to decide.
Like, who would his DC counterpart be?
Or no, Marvel counterpart?
I'm sorry, Marvel counterpart. My bad.
some say Wolverine, but I don't know about that.
I think I'll put it this way: anybody I'm saying anybody you put up against Lobo from Marvel is nowhere near as powerful as Lobo. Like the closest thing you have to him is really Deadpool, because Deadpool can't die either. But if you look at abilities, like it's no contest. Lobo destroys Deadpool.
Maybe like found another biker dude, like Ghost Rider. He's a biker dude. That's kind of like superficial.
But I think it was Death Battle did a great video about Lobo versus Ghost Rider, and Ghost Rider is the only person in either universe that can kill Lobo. Truly,
because basically Ghost Rider captures souls.
Well, no, he can burn the soul so it doesn't go to heaven or hell. He just burns it completely out.
But that doesn't even make sense with Ghost Rider when you think about it. Like, how does he have the ability? You know what I mean? Like, that's so stupid. Like, he has an ability that is, like, a weird ability.
But if they ever did make a comic about it, I think they would just give Lobo the ability to regenerate his soul. Like, they've already done, he's so over the top. Fuck it. Just let him do it.
Was he always over the top?
Yes.
It was always that one.
Yeah, does he always win though? Like, what's his shit?
Yeah, like even when he looks like he's losing, he usually has an alternative motive to make it look like he was losing. Like he's just meant to be a stupid character. Yeah. Like he has definitely been defeated. Like where like he was put in prison on Earth because he was stuck in like a crash or something. And he finally gets out, and he's like, I'm going to go destroy Earth. And then I think, because he ends up beating Deathstroke and all these, like, it was Deathstroke, Maxima, and somebody else had to stop him from destroying the planet. And, of course, Earth didn't blow up, so.
I would also say a few notable things you can read about him, which is pretty good. One of them is, what do you call it, 52, that series that... Mark Waid and all kind of collaborated. I think it was was it after Infinite Crisis or before? I think it was after.
Man, wait, these Batman versus Lobo pictures I'm looking at. Lobo looks horrible in here. He looks so weak compared to what you're used to seeing him fighting Batman. I guess they had to like slim him down.
Oh, the new version, yeah.
Yeah, he looks he looks more realistic to Batman's terms, like a man up 1 to 1v1, but come on, this is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. So a good run is he started in 52, not the new 52, but it was just a series called 52. That was a weekly series back in the day that a bunch of writers collaborated on. And he had his own like story in there, which along with Booster Gold and who was the real hero of that story.
Yeah.
And he's also in. I recall him being in the JLA back when Joe Kelly was writing it, and I remember what do you call it? Nightwing had to take over the leadership for like almost like a makeshift JLA, which is really fun. And then he had like Lobo in there, and it was pretty fun seeing him and Etrigan the Demon, kind of
But usually after a while, Lobo's just like, this is too square for me.
yeah.
I gotta be Lobo. Like,
Yeah, it's always fun when you see him with the JLA because he's so like outside of their what do you call it, their methods. And I remember him being in Justice League the cartoon too, where they had
yeah,
like
he
a similar
he had
story.
a couple scenes.
Yeah, he was like, "What are you guys worried about? You got the main man here," and then looking away like,
Yeah, he tried to
Awesome.
no, because Superman dies,
Yeah,
but he gets tossed into the future by like 1,000 years, and he's going through his adventure. And Lobo's like, I heard you got a spot. You need the new main man. I got this. And he's just going
Yeah.
through, and he's just fucking like, I beat him. I beat the shit out of them. They're done. And it's like,
yeah.
and Batman's just like, dude, no, no, we
The best
can't
part,
have this.
yeah, the best part is the look of their faces when he sees like him joining the Justice League. They look all sad and like depressed.
Yeah, because
It's
I
so
mean, you
good.
got to have that Juggernaut character, and when Superman's gone, you got to. He's just the polar opposite of Superman, personality wise. Like it doesn't matter
Yeah.
how you.
I didn't.
wanna take
I
care
was
of the
gonna ask
situation.
because I got here. Do you start already?
No, we
Oh
were
man,
kind of like throwing this off.
we got to. It's 9:53.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, we've been recording for 37 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we
Alright.
were just kind of because we had Josh Infinity Line. He had asked us if we could do like a segment on our favorite Marvel / DC comic characters and what run you could recommend and
Yeah.
what you like most about it, stuff like that. So we just
I
wanted
misunderstood the segment.
Gotcha.
It's
Fuck.
okay. It's okay.
Can I just give a shout out to my favorite one then?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
real quick.
Real
We
quick.
do need
Yeah. Red Hood and the Outlaws. Read all of that shit.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice.
That's much.
It's good.
Wait, what?
It's a weird
we're not.
pairing of characters.
Yeah, but go Lobo. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So this week it was Nova and Lobo. So there you go.
Yes. Next week I might talk. I won't lie. What is? We'll do it real quick. My favorite superhero in all DC is Superman. I really do enjoy most of his comics and everything else. So it's my main man. I always enjoy it because a lot of it also goes into Justice League stuff, and you kind of get everybody.
Yeah, for me, I would say maybe Wolverine, followed by Iron Man, Nova, and then Winter Soldier. That's like my top
Yeah.
5. Maybe I can interchange them depending on I have to think about it, but currently it's Wolverine and then Iron Man.
Jason Todd, sir.
Jason Todd. Yeah.
Yeah, he always has cool outfits.
Number 1 is the Flash, of course, though.
Flash.
Barry Allen.
See, I like the Wally West version, even though
I like them both. I mean, I really like Wally West just because of the animated series, but once I start reading the comics, I liked Barry Allen better.
Yeah. All right.
He has
Eric,
all the cool missions.
You got a favorite?
Oh, go ahead.
Eric?
Gabe Newell. Gabe Newell, is that his name? From Steam, that guy. That's his favorite comic book character.
Oh, Barry Allen.
No. Eric's the guy from Steam.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Interesting
All
pick, Eric.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Booster
wait.
Gold.
Oh, is he here
Eric
now?
has said Booster Gold is his favorite. Can't blame him.
I didn't. Wait, I said what?
Yep. When you do not answer, I fill in that answer. And Booster Gold is now your favorite superhero, sir.
Forget that. You guys know who's my favorite. Technically, come on, how hard?
Sam Fisher.
Were we talking about comic? I thought.
Yeah, but I figured because
No, we're just
Sam
doing a
Fish.
quick like, who's your favorite character? That's it. Then we're moving
Oh
on to
man,
news.
my favorite character
It's
of
an
all
easy
time.
question.
Yes, I know. My favorite character of all time has got to be Vegeta. I mean, he's just the
Between
best.
DC and Marvel, that's your favorite character?
Oh my bad,
Okay.
sorry. I did ask. Wait,
Peter.
but I did ask. See, that's the problem. I asked, what were you
And
talking
look,
about?
I ain't got no respect for you and
Changed
that
it.
big ass forehead Eddie having motherfucking fuck
I
you,
love
Vegeta.
that guy. He's the best. His voice, his
So-
manner,
Goku.
everything.
So
Goku.
by that logic, your favorite would probably be Namor then for Marvel because he's kind of like a Vegeta character.
Let me check. Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, I would actually like him more than Aquaman. Yeah, and if they do him correctly in a real life version, like a movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Aquaman too. They got to get a
Okay.
good guy.
All right.
So that was your favorite, Eric?
Oh wait, you mean for Marvel versus
Yeah,
DC?
yes.
Come
But
on, Batman. Like, what's
Batman.
wrong
Okay.
with you guys? Like, you
All right.
Like I said, he said Booster Gold. Moving on.
We'll stick with that one.
Booster Gold's a cool character. I don't care.
Yeah,
what
he's cool. Time traveling.
Yep. He's kind of a dick, though. Microsoft announced its plan to make Xbox carbon neutral. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I
heard
call a
about
segue,
that.
people. Going into the
weird.
future, trying to fix climate change, making that shit carbon neutral, people.
Oh,
I mean, both Microsoft and Sony had announcements this week when it came to, like, because these new motherboards are allowing for, I forgot what the exact features it is, but it's a low power, like a really low power mode where they're using about, I know the PlayStation 5 is supposed to be using half a watt, no, yeah, 0.5 watts of power for its backup feature or its suspend feature. Here's the thing, though. They've already said that shit's all on by default. Or no, it's off by default. So there probably is going to be some functionality problems with it. The good news is with these hard drives, it sounds like both Microsoft and Sony are putting in, it doesn't really matter because the data is just built into, like, on the hard drive and can instantly be accessed. So I think it's going to be a nice alternative, especially if people want to, a super low power. They're worried about the environment, don't want to use all that power. It's a nice feature for the consoles going into next gen.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
now, I think the standby mode for both, it's around I think it's like 5 watts for both consoles right now, 5 to 10 watts somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But yep, it's a cool little. I'm glad Microsoft is definitely looking to it. But it's the future of software. They're or hardware, I should say, and
Yeah.
these new new hard drives not new hard drives, new motherboards give you new abilities. So
Yeah. Plus, I figured at some point they're gonna the world's gonna run out of like precious metals and minerals and stuff. They're gonna have to start to recycle all that stuff. I guess that's where they do the
look, Will.
trading programs.
There's a lot of gold in there,
I know
isn't
we
it?
don't like to speak about politics too much, but Space Force, man, Space Force,
Okay.
Space Force, sir. We're gonna get all our minerals and our vitamins from outer space.
What?
wait,
I
I
thought
don't know.
more of a
Listen,
joke.
I
I
thought
don't
the
know.
Space Force was like the lasers that shoots that.
Well, it
Shoot
can be
shit.
that, but it's more about rocketry and getting people into space. So, like,
Listen,
Oh,
it'd
they
be Space
talking
Forces.
about some crazy stuff because they talking about like they need a military space force. You know
Yeah, I'm
what?
sorry. I'm enlisting. If there's a space army, I'm enlisting.
Really?
Look, here's the
Hell
thing.
yeah.
Steph just wants to go to space.
You know how
Yep.
how you can die in space? Imagine the death.
Yeah, but nobody can hear you, so it's all right. All right.
No, you might as well just listen, right? You right here, Steph. Join this arm. You got worse chances there.
I don't want to go to space, bro.
Okay. Listen, you be up
Ain't
there,
you seen?
and
Haven't
then
you
what if,
seen
what if
the
you mess up and the tube crush, and the next you like, oh snap, you trying to get your oxygen going? Nah, man, I can't.
Why you
Can't
so
do that.
scary, bro? You can
That's
die
scary.
here. You can die
Yeah,
here,
but
man.
not like that. You want to die from suffocation? Nah,
You could
man.
die from suffocation here.
Hey, people get choked and they like that shit. Ain't you heard of Ronnie?
Man,
Look, I mean,
podcast is going off the rails. I apologize to everybody. This is Slow News Week. This is why we had 40 minutes of fucking comic discussion.
Hope
All
you
right.
enjoyed it.
Yes. Let's see. Project xCloud public preview is coming this October. Go ahead and go to it's xbox.com/game streaming and sign up.
Yeah, I signed up already. I was quick to do it. I was like, yeah, let me sign up. They
So
were saying
are
you need
partnering-
5G and stuff. I was like, what?
Well, they want at least 10 megabytes per second on your download.
Oh, okay.
So they are partnering with T-Mobile to do it as well on their network. Is their exclusive? I mean, I guess
you can
could
only
use
do it on T-Mobile.
No, but T-Mobile, they're partnering with T-Mobile to do figure out the network part of it. But they allow you to have other carriers. They offer it in the sign-up sheet, but T-Mobile and Microsoft came out and said, just like the Korean company we reported on a couple weeks ago about how they're teaming up with Microsoft to figure out xCloud over mobile. It's the same kind of deal.
Question on that is how's T-Mobile where you guys live at? Is it any?
Really good.
I was dog shit where I live. No, it's surprising. It's
pretty good.
It's bad. It's real bad where I live. Like it's so bad. Like I remember before I switched over to Verizon, I used to have to use my cell phone outside of my house. That's how bad that shit was.
Their network switching over to a 600 megahertz network, which is like prime real estate for like penetrating walls and everything else for 5G. So
that's good. I'm glad. I mean, this was years, and I mean, this is years ago.
Yeah.
I've been with Verizon now for probably 8 years or something.
And now that they're merging with Sprint, also, like you're gonna see their network expand even more.
Wait, T-Mobile's merging with Sprint.
Yep, I got approved, sir.
Wait, I thought AT&T was buying somebody or some shit like that.
It's T-Mobile and Sprint are becoming T-Mobile.
Yeah. Oh, it's just T-Mobile, no more Sprint.
They're gonna drop the Sprint name. I mean, it is a merger though, but yeah, they're.
So what's that dude from Verizon gonna be saying now? He gonna be
Yeah. What he gonna say?
Because they still won't be as large as either Verizon or AT&T, but they are going to be a fairly large company. Like they're going to be able to be much more competitive with Verizon and AT&T. But yeah, it's cool.
I just want to see the commercial.
They actually announced the games that'll be available for launch for xCloud. It's Sea of Thieves, Killer Instinct, Halo 5, and Gears 5 will be the launch titles, and you get to save progress between console and xCloud. So this is really interesting because a lot of these are like games that require you to have low latency, especially Killer Instinct. Like the idea of playing that through a cloud service is wild.
Yeah. I mean, how many frames is that going to run on the cloud? It's like at 90 frames, right? Is it 90 or 120?
What?
Yeah,
like it's 60
frame, right?
on console. I mean,
I thought it was like double frames or something.
Oh no, yeah, it is. But like the the console's only seeing 60. But like it could, like even in the cloud, I could still run at 120 for the inputs. But what you're actually displaying and what you have to transmit for the display is only 60. But you would still need to transmit fast enough for the controller inputs. If anything, people are going to be able to really narrow down the response time from this cloud computing using Killer Instinct as kind of a benchmark.
Yeah, because it has to have super fast response. NVIDIA learned that with the NVIDIA Grid with Street Fighter. They made sure the streaming, it's awesome to play Street Fighter. You can't see it's barely any. I don't know if what Street Fighter is still on, but you gotta have a really good connection. Fine.
But yeah, it's cool to see that they put up some like Gears 5 and Halo 5 and Killer Instinct, and of course my fave, Sea of Thieves, sir. Be on the open seas playing Gears or something. It's gonna be great. I'll be on
That'd be dope on the open seas playing Gears. That'd be dope.
Wait, say that again.
He
You'd
said
be-
on the open
yeah,
seas
overseas
playing Gears.
Yeah.
Oh, you funny. Wow.
Should be
Right.
crazy.
Wouldn't it be better to play Sea of Thieves in open seas?
Nah.
Nah, get motion sick quick.
You take that skiff. That skiff go anywhere, bruh. Shit,
Yeah, that's
ice,
good.
sand, water. Shit.
You can play anywhere, anytime. xCloud.
That's
But
true.
like I know, like me to the Microsoft server, when I look at my Gears 5 connections, you can check to see what you are like server base, and I'm only 13 milliseconds away, so I should have a
Wow.
really good connection to.
I've never been that low. I'm
Yeah.
always like 40, everywhere.
But this is why they've been expanding their network so much for this exact moment. That's right,
Yeah.
people. They're doing it for me. No.
Do you find it weird that they didn't have like first launch in Canada?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like usually it's always like when first launch. If they do one, Canada's usually like right there.
Maybe the network infrastructure is not as strong on that side. I mean, right now it's United States, United Kingdom, and Korea, so it's.
Yeah,
We'll,
I'm just
we'll
surprised
see.
there's no Canada.
Yeah, we'll see. But to round it off is the news that I had this week. Pre-purchase Ori the Blind Forest Definitive Edition now on the Nintendo Switch. According to
There was a
Xbox Live.
crazy thing about that.
What's crazy about it?
Because somebody was like looking at the Switch version, they were stunned by how it came out. Like
Well, they
it
said it was
really
gonna come
is. No, I'm saying like the way it looks, it really is.
Well, the art's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it's
it
gonna
really
hold up.
it,
Yeah.
it held up real well. I want to know how long they're gonna like put more. Are they gonna put the other Ori on there too?
I who knows? Maybe, but it's like it
Yes.
took them like 3 years. What is it to put out Ori on the Switch? So
They said that it was 60 frames per second.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention. I think the animations are like 60, so it's actually better than the
That's crazy.
Xbox version. Like in that way.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's retarded. How that worked out, I don't understand.
Yeah, I guess. Well, what I saw was on Reset Era. I think Thomas Mahler, or he was talking about the improvements they made on Ori 2 helped them improve the first one on the Switch, which is interesting.
Because they got to go back and do it like they were just moving along
Right.
on the Xbox and PC. Now they go back to do a remastered version or what definitive edition. They can make it better. That's crazy, but that's good. You know, I knew already. Like when I saw Ori, when I saw the gameplay, I was like, wow, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of hope that they do that similarly to the first one on the console, but at this point, I don't know if they're gonna even bother. But they probably still concentrate on two. You know, it'd be nice to have the first one on 4K 60. I mean, I know it runs at 60, but like the animations at like 60 would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, this interesting though. Yeah, another
But
Xbox.
did we? I wanted to ask. Did anybody talk? Was that it for the news? Dust.
I think there were a few other items.
I didn't have, like I said, if y'all have other items.
What about the biggest one of them all? There was a trailer that came out. Call of Duty. Nobody want to talk about that?
I'm not really a Call of Duty guy, so
Talk about the exclusive mode.
Yeah,
Call
we
of
got
Duty for
two.
a year.
Hold on. There's two things. First, I've watched the Call of Duty trailer first on my computer. I was like, damn, that's good. But then I didn't realize I wasn't watching it. I think I watched on a GameSpot and it didn't have it in 4K. But then I watched it. I think it was on the outside. I was watching it on the Note, and I was like, oh snap, this looks ridiculous in 4K. I was like, this is ridiculous. I was just stunned by, and I had to go back. And when you watch the trailer, that's no CGI. That's gonna be how the game is. I was like, wow. I was impressed by the engine from what I'm looking at. I'm just stunned. Captain Price looks amazing. You guys didn't see it? Captain
I
Price
seen that
is
shit. That
amazing.
shit look fire.
Yeah, like he looks amazing. Like he, I'm like I've never seen Captain Price look this good.
But it's Call of Duty though, so we gotta wait.
We gotta wait. We
We can't be hyping it, bro.
we
Chill.
can't be hyped that much. But I'm
Cause
I'm
I
I'm
was hyped
very
for Blackout
interested.
mode, and then I got that shit, and I was like, yeah.
I do like
yeah.
the ending too. How he played that off. That was awesome. The ending part of the trailer. But yeah. But what Steph was saying, the second part was it is true. Um, it was a lot of weirdness going on when they were asking about the Spec Ops mode, right? And then they asked them that it's play first on the PS4. Like play first on the PS4. Okay. And they were like, no, it's longer than like first mean like a month or something, or 2 weeks. Who knows, right?
Yeah,
But
I think it
they
originally came
meant
out was a month, Eric. What
yeah, it
they
was a
first
month.
said.
Okay, so I got it right. So it was like it was a month. And then they were like, nah, it's a year. I was like,
Yeah.
what? So Spec Ops mode, the survival mode, is a year exclusive
Essentially, it's exclusive. Period.
to the
'Cause there's a new
PS4,
COD
which
game.
is insane. And then the Infinity
Yeah, I
War
didn't even think
dev.
about that, Dustin. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What's crazy is the Infinity War dev. I got nothing against the dude, but he needs to knock it off. He was like, "It's just 1% of the game." Nobody want to hear that. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? He said, "Let's be honest. We're ruining. Ruining is an exaggeration because." It was just like weird damage control. Because he said 99%, everyone, 99% of the content is the same, is coming at the same time. Yeah, but he's making it seem like Spec Ops is just 1%. I thought that was weird as heck. It's Spec Ops.
Well, it's
How's
a
it?
lot of people are very upset about it. It's one of
You
those
should
things
be.
where it's
Anybody who knows about Spec Ops knows that for him to say it's just 1% of the game, it's
no,
highly.
but like the issue isn't just like specifically just Spec Ops, but like this is a practice people have been bucking on where it's like, no, you don't hide modes behind fucking exclusive deals. It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's a terrible practice. Doesn't matter if Microsoft does it, Sony does it, anybody. Like that's just bullshit. Like it's a bad practice, and like I was interested in Modern Warfare. I will not be buying Modern Warfare now. So I will
Yeah.
fucking put my money somewhere else. I mean,
Right.
I got tons of other games to play. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm gonna be fucking missing out on anything. But
Yeah,
at the
this
same time,
time, ain't gonna
like,
lie, we've had a good season.
like there's like a moral like no, fuck that game. Like if y'all are gonna do exclusive contracts like this, fuck y'all. Like that's not
No,
cool.
did you see, Dustin? I didn't mean to cut you off, sorry. But did you see the picture? Like when it said first to play on PS4? I didn't notice what did you notice, there's a little text there that said October 1st. I didn't get it. I was like, this is crazy. They really meant a year.
Yeah,
It was just
it's 1 year.
it was I don't
Yep.
and it's
So
just
it's
messed up.
like there's a lot of people, and on both sides, people are just upset. Like people are tired of this kind of marketing deal. Like it's
Yeah.
Right.
it's not cool. Like I'm cool with like special features, whatever. Even in Destiny, like, hey, this is like this one like story mission. It's exclusive to PlayStation. Fine. But once you start going, hey, this mode, like this part of this mode is now hidden behind an invisible wall for a full year until the next game comes out. Like you're just saying it's exclusive to PlayStation. Like you just took a feature out of the game. Like it's it's shitty, and they will not be getting my money.
Yeah.
I agree. What I usually do though is with the CODs is I'll wait for it to hit like pretty cheap, and then they'll eventually repackage it as a gold edition, and I'll pick it up later down the line. I mean, it doesn't really affect me that much because I don't really play a whole lot of multiplayer.
Yeah.
But it does suck that they did stuff like that. Like that's pretty scummy.
And if anything, want to buy it at GameStop when it's used.
Stick it to them.
Yeah, fuck them. They don't give them your money. Make sure the GameStop is it. They need it apparently. They're keep closing stores.
Yeah.
They good, man. You see that dude on Twitter?
Yeah.
The GameStop account was like, yeah, you're gonna be waiting for a while, buddy. Hey,
Yeah.
they done got replaced like 6 times already.
And then that store down the street from that man closed down. So
Yeah, that was funny.
all right. Anybody else got any other news they want to cover before we?
Not any. I just want to add to that real quick.
Yeah.
It seems to be the only people who are doing these deals, or it's Activision. Go and
Yeah.
look at Destiny. I
Yeah.
mean, they had to get out of that contract to get away from those kind of deals.
Yep.
Well, Sony didn't say anything, did they? They were like, well,
Well, of course
Sony,
not.
I mean, I kind of don't really blame Sony.
no, I'm saying they didn't.
I'm
Like they were
backing
like, we gotta.
more because they're accepting the money from Sony, but the terms of the contract they have to be agreed upon by Activision. They can say, "No, we only going to do this for 30 days. We only going to do this for 3 months." I mean, PlayStation says, "Now we need a whole year, and it has to be everyone knows when the game's coming. That's crazy."
Yep.
But anyway, I just wanted to just throw that out there, saying that it's really only Activision that still does this. No one else. No other. No, I mean, there's exclusive content because you see Epic Game Store, they're kind of doing those kind of things. I mean, with you can only buy it here, but
Yeah, they fooling around. Sure.
yeah, it's just weird to me. Oh, we didn't mention the Fallout 76 helmet with the mold in it is being recalled. Did you guys see that?
Oh no, I did not see that.
Yeah, they had like the collector's edition where you actually came with the helmet. The game before that had the Pit Boy. Fallout.
Yeah, I heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah, so then the helmets were had like having a mold issue, so they
Yeah,
were
that's what
recalling
I
it.
don't understand.
They
Is
couldn't get the damn bag right. The bag was all shitty. Now the helmets has got it's like a safety hazard.
because they said it posed a risk of respiratory infection. What?
Yeah,
Compromised immune systems and damaged lungs because of
it's
mold.
just
Wow,
like the game, man. It's dog shit.
that's
And shout out
messed
to
up.
Mighty Mouse, man. He love that game.
Yeah.
He been shitting on Outer Worlds. Like he like a game. He didn't. I guess he wasn't thrilled with the trailer they showed at Inside Xbox. But
Yeah.
come on, man. Come on.
Man, Bethesda trying to kill their fan base. They crazy.
Literally,
Crazy.
Yeah.
that had to be like a death or like a near
They're like,
death.
we gotta thin the herd. We
Yeah,
can't let
why
people
else would they
go.
recall it? It's the guy. It's the guy who got really sick. It's the guy who named his kid Dovahkiin. You know.
Wow.
You remember that? Remember they did that? If you name your kid Dovahkiin, you get free Bethesda games for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah,
You remember that shit?
I do remember that.
I almost
Messed
did that
up.
shit,
Nah, don't.
but my kid wasn't gonna be born on 11/11/11 or whatever. I don't remember what the day. I think it was 11/11/11, but it's probably something different. I don't remember. Anyway, we can move on.
Yeah. It's time to move on. All right. Let's go talk about what we've been playing. Sea of Thieves. That's what I've been playing, people. I finished up all the Tall Tale quests. Really enjoyed it. The last couple are like fucking amazing. Like they really get really cool. But the new island they built specifically for the ending is super super awesome. It's really big. There's a lot to explore. Borderlands 3. I've been playing some of that. I've been trying to team up with Verna Maria on that one because I know
How is it? Is it good?
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good game. I actually prefer it over all the other Borderlands games I've ever played. Um, I
Have you
played a
done
little.
PvP?
No, no. Sir. Been playing. Of course, I played a little bit of Minecraft. I've been playing on hard mode just to change it up a bit. I really enjoy that. And I beat. Did we talk about? I know I can't remember if I talked.
We talked about last week, Gears. I'm
Gears
almost.
5.
I think how many acts is it?
4.
Okay, I'm in Act 3.
Yeah, I ended up completing Gears 5. Love that campaign. That was awesome. One week we'll have to do a spoiler cast on it because man,
Yes,
so many
we
things
do.
happen. Yeah, so many things happen at
I'm
the end of
down
that game.
for it. I am down for it, bro.
We'll wait for Steph to complete.
Who
Will,
hasn't?
have you finished?
Wait, Steph
I'm,
hasn't played.
I don't know. I'm playing it. I'm playing it on hard though, so it's hard.
No, it
It's
makes
Wait,
me
hard.
why are you playing on hard experience? That's it. Just play on experience. That's hard enough.
I'm playing on that.
That's what he's playing on. It's
Wait,
experienced.
whoa, hold on a minute. You still stuck? What are you stuck on?
No, it was just a part where it's just a few parts where I just kept dying.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. There's parts that are like big shooting galleries or whatever.
No, it's just one part where there's a guy with the drop shot, and Jesus, he got
Yeah,
me.
that's the
He
one.
got me
That-
like fucking
Yeah.
10 times in a row, dude.
Yeah,
And there was a couple other parts where I
you
just
gotta
was
pay
like,
attention. Yeah.
yeah, man. I was like, damn, man, they make it. You really gotta like. I'm like, man, I really gotta shoot the drop shot out the
Yes.
air.
Yes.
Jesus, for real.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
don't play around.
been
Yeah,
in
man,
those
it's kind of
fights.
hard. I was like,
I beat
damn.
it on experience. I know the pain. I know the struggle, sir, but it's worth it. It's so good, so good. I do want to play it again in like a co-op with friends. The entire thing.
Yeah.
The struggle was real in that game. And I did play some of it in campaign, and it gets harder with 3 people because with the AI, the AI can soak in more shots than what you can. So when you have just 3 friends playing together, it's oh man, it's hard. Somebody always gets dropped, or somebody's always dying, and you're just restarting over and over. It sounds awful, but it's that Mega Man growing up mindset of like, okay, let's do this shit again. We're gonna perfect this until we get this right. I can't imagine playing that game on Insane though. To be honest, it is that. It's gonna be too hard.
Die real fast.
But yeah, Gears. It's probably game of the year right now, boss. It's fucking amazing. Love it.
Yeah, we gotta play. I don't think we'll play tonight, but we gotta play.
Yeah, we also need to figure out a community game night. We'll discuss it after the show. Figure out what would be a good day of the week. We'll knock one out. Have everybody play. Maybe some Gears multiplayer. I don't know. We do a custom game or something, or be fun. Have Infinity Line in there. Chainsawing somebody. Maybe Eric.
Oh wow.
All right. That's all I've been playing though. I haven't really been. I don't think I've been playing anything on Switch.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead real
that's
quick.
it. Yeah. What you been playing?
I just been playing Gears, man. Just been grinding away. Honestly, I like it. It's great. Sometimes I do forget how much Jack helps the game. But when I unlock the stealth stuff in it, oh my god, like that shit's dope. It's dope, dude. Like going around invisible and just like I just can't wait to see what they do with a game that's not Gears. Not to say that it was being held back by being Gears, but like the animations like are just it looks so smooth. I'm like, damn, man, like I could only imagine the kind of gameplay they could make with something different with like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the whole time I'm thinking like, oh my god, if they make Perfect Dark, oh man, oh.
But
it's so
that
cool.
and it's 60 frames per second. It just looks gorgeous. Like it's like
yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know I wanted stealth in this game until I did it. Like,
yeah.
And then when you can extend the length of the stealth, but with each kill you get, you just start running back.
There's this part where you slide down, and you have to like time it perfectly to make it a stealth like encounter. And when you do it, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I forgot there was one particular news item that wasn't really, I guess, well known as that. Undead Labs is doing an update to Steadicate 2, where you can change your character's clothing, which is awesome. So you can finally change your, your clothing in the game of your character if you don't, like what he looks like, or he or she looks like, when they get randomly generated. So that's a cool update, and I think they're adding also a weapon pack with that as well. So if you're a State of K2 fan, I think it's October 1st or 4th, it's getting the update. So that's gonna be cool. I'm sorry, Steph. Keep on. Sorry.
No, I was saying, go ahead. You can. That was it.
Oh, so just what you playing? So I've been playing PUBG. I actually played a little bit of Dead or Alive 6. So I mean, I don't have it the full game. I have the core fighters, but yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with that one lately. So it's like a simple but fun fighter. Let's see, PUBG, of course, and I mean, I haven't been playing a whole lot, my usual stuff. So I think that's pretty much it for now.
All right, Eric, go ahead.
Gears. I've been playing a lot of that. Pretty good. I like it. I gotta get more multiplayer in, but I beat Gears War 5, 4K HDR, 60 frames per second, fire through the whole damn campaign.
Nice.
I gotta say the last what was it, the last 5 chapters pretty good. They're pretty good. Uh, I won't spoil certain things that happen, but it was pretty impressive. What you do, how you get past stuff. It was very nice. The story. The messed up thing is, just like anything. You want more. After it's finally, done. It's like,
Yeah.
I got another 3 years or whatever to find out this and that,
Yeah.
But man, I gotta say now, after playing the story, the voice, understanding how voice acting, the visuals and all that, Microsoft seems to have, if Gears of War is any knowledge for the Coalition at least, if that's the direction they're going, they're assembling the Avengers for their A-level studio
Yeah.
campaign. You see, the multiplayer was always there. We knew the multiplayer was going to fire. I mean, we already played the beta, so we knew it was going to be good.
All right,
But
real
we
quick
didn't.
question. Infinity
Yeah.
Line wants to know: is anyone still playing Destiny 2? Anyone excited about the new expansion and the base game going free to play? I mean, I could tell you right now, when that base game goes free to play, a ton of people are gonna fucking jump into it because the light levels are essentially they're kind of resetting everything. I mean, you're gonna keep it, but they're like boosting everybody to be like top tier, and that way you can start with everybody for the new expansion.
Yeah.
I know I
That's
got a
basically what
ton
they're
of
doing.
friends that have decided like fuck Destiny 2 until this expansion is out. Like I've
Yeah.
had multiple people tell me that because they don't want to grind on something where they don't have to grind on it. Like they could just go, yeah, I'll just wait for the expansion, or they already have it pre-ordered and they'll wait to play them. And I mean, it has enough fanfare; it'll do well. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out over time. Sorry about that. Is anybody else playing Destiny 2, or I'm just curious?
Haven't played Destiny 2 in like years.
No,
Dead serious.
my friend was trying to get me to play it so bad, but I was like, yeah, I tried it a couple times. I'm like,
I don't think so.
bro, I put 1,000 hours plus in Destiny 1. Destiny 2, I probably played it for maybe 6 hours.
You're like, who got time for that? No, I'm
Dude,
being honest in my life.
Battle Royale has just really changed my gaming. Honestly, PUBG. If it wasn't for PUBG, I probably would have went all in on Destiny 2.
Oh snap!
Yeah, I haven't played Destiny. I played a little bit of the PlayStation Plus version, which they gave away for the campaign, which is it's pretty good. The gunplay is really well. But yeah, I just don't like they've done so much stuff that's a little shady, with regards to the DLC, and plus like I can't be bothered to play that game every day because I have so many other games to play. So I guess you could call me a hypocrite for the PUBG, but
That's right.
yeah, but it's different. PUBG is I think it's a battle royale game, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, PUBG is different. PUBG is very.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Gears I've been playing a lot of it. Multiplayer is fire. But
Nice.
I was very impressed by. I haven't yet to play Escape. Haven't played as Batista yet. But I did play as the Terminator, which was awesome as hell in the game mode. I was like, damn, this dude moving fast. Like the way
Yeah.
moving around. It really fit perfectly. Oh, I did play as the Halo character, Emil. Yeah,
Oh
Emil.
yeah.
That dude, he is a Gears of War character.
I just don't like seeing those two in Escape because I feel like they kind of.
They're in
I've said this
Escape?
before. Yeah, you can play as Emil and Kate and Kat
That seems out
in
of place.
Escape. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't fit the universe that they're.
Very
It's just kind of a
strange.
bonus.
Wow.
Yeah, I would omit them, and put two other new ones.
They hopefully they do. Like that's a weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very weird. But yeah,
So
like
can we all agree that when you're playing the Terminator and you kill Sarah Connor, like there's a feeling of satisfaction?
I've yet to do it. I'm sorry. I've yet to do it. I
I've
wish
done
Yeah.
it. There should be an achievement for it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like, it
that'd be cool.
feels so good. Like it should just be like the achievement should just be called Mission Accomplished.
Mission
Like,
accomplished. That's true. It's true. Mission accomplished.
That'd be funny.
because it's man, it is so satisfying when you finally kill Sarah Connor. It's just so good. It's so dumb, but it's fucking amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
You
Every
guys think
time I
it'll-
see somebody playing Sarah Connor, I will switch to the Terminator just to fucking kill her.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
I'm that person. I know.
Crazy.
Yeah, until I forgot what I was gonna ask.
Sorry.
I'm sure it'll come back to me.
Anybody playing anything else before we close up the show?
Nah, that's all, man. Shout out to Apex Legends though. Still playing it, but really just Gears. Oh, I finally played it in 4K. I want to mention that. And man, woo, woo.
You mean Gears?
Yeah. I mean, I was playing on my monitor.
Yeah.
It's 2K, but I took it in the living room. You know what I mean? Hooked that shit up, and then I was like, man, this don't even look that good. But I forgot that every time you like change your TV, you have to go in the settings and switch to
Yeah.
4K. And then one day I just because I had turned my Xbox off, and I turned it like all the way off, or whatever. And then after it like reset, it said, "Do you want to switch to 4K?" I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot I had to do that." Man, you look all crisp and shit. Went to Gears, man. I was like, "God damn." Oh, I was like, man, see if these shitting on this game. That's what I was thinking. And
Yeah.
damn, when that 4K came on, I was like, ooh.
Yeah,
it
the
looks-
4K HDR.
Not even. I mean, the frame rate was always good, but I mean,
Oh no, I'm just saying it's 4K. It's smooth. It's beautiful. Oh man, it's just
Yeah.
it's a whole
Yeah.
package.
man,
Whole
when
package.
you get the skiff and you going, man, like the
Yeah,
particles.
the very first time I got in the skiff, I was like, this game is one of the best looking games ever. Like when I got it, I was playing just the first time. I was on the ice. I was like, the way they introduced you to the skiff was perfect. You got to say, right? Because they
Yeah.
got you going through the mountains, and then it opens up, and then you're in the valley or whatever, right? And you're on the ice. I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. Then the red area, that was a trip
Yeah.
too.
Spoilers, sir. Spoilers.
Oh,
Don't
so
get too
I
far
said
deep
red
into this.
area. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't. I'm glad I wasn't paying attention. None
Yeah,
you just
good,
said.
good. I'll say that what's amazing too is the effect work. People be talking about like, yeah, the visuals pop. They were really nice, but the effects they got going on in the game is, to really set the mood too is kind of crazy.
Character
Lighting
development's
of-
amazing too. I mean, they
Yeah.
just
They're
they
pretty good
hit so
job of
many
this, man.
notches. Yeah. All right. Well, I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in this week, especially Infinity Line. I believe I saw. It wasn't Prophecy. Who else was at the beginning? There's been a few of y'all in chat. I appreciate y'all all for showing up. We will see y'all next week. But
Yes,
until
sir.
then, y'all take it easy and be safe out there.
Yeah.
And peace out.
Later.
Peace out.